Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, who is most merciful and beneficial. First of all, I will be very thankful to all of you guys who came to attend this happy day of Pakistan independence and the Eid festival too. And after that, I would like to welcome our mother of city, our beloved Mayor, Miss Linda Thompson. And I would request to her and my Jahara Bhabi, please go ahead and bring her on the front seat. Then we will start our program as soon as possible. Ifat and Jahara Bhabi, please. And I would like to say, you guys, please give her a big hand. Linda Thompson is in among us. Thank you very much, Mayor. I really appreciate your time and your support. You did something with me all the time, and when I started my restaurant here, you were the one who advised me, make your celebration days here, and I will support as much as, and you fulfill your commitment. I really thankful to you on behalf of the Sinbad restaurant and entire Pakistan community, and we will be happy to see you all the time in our different occasions. Thank you very much, so kind of you. Now let's start our program, and I would like to call Rahat. Then Rahat and Ghazi will be the program master for tonight, and we will have a lot of fun, music, and other things going on. Hope everybody will be enjoying with this nice weather, and things should be all right by till 11 or midnight. So please enjoy the day and enjoy the evening. So Rahat, please come on the stage and start the program forward.
Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to everybody. Today we are here celebrating the Pakistan Day and the Eid festival. Thank you everyone for being here. A big thanks for this organizer of this program, Masood and Ifat, who runs the Sinbad restaurant. And we are expecting a large crowd later tonight. This is just a start, and we really appreciate our mayor of this great city of Harrisburg, who's here with us celebrating this occasion. So I'll not bore you with the speeches, and we ask everybody, all our speakers, to be brief so that we have more time for entertainment later on. So I will first introduce to you a dear friend of ours, Dr. Zahid Khan. He's an anesthesiologist by profession, and he's the current president of Association of Physicians Pakistani Descent North America, and he will speak on their behalf. Please put your hands together for Dr. Zahid Khan.
Well, guys, I'll keep it brief. I won't stand between you and the music and the food. So, distinguished guests, dear friends of Pakistan, native Pakistanis, good afternoon and assalamu alaikum. First of all, my thanks to Masood Bhai, Ifat Bhabi from Sinbad Restaurant for arranging all of that. So thank you so much. Now thank you everybody for gracing this function of Pakistan Day and Eid Mela. I stand in front of you very proudly as a Pakistani American citizen, as most of us are. And I'm sure, just like me, most of you who are Pakistani American citizens, we feel twice as proud just because we are associated with two different cultures, both Pakistani and the American culture. Few words about Pakistan. Pakistan literally means land of the pure. Gaining independence on 14th August 1947. So about 67 years from Great Britain, just like United States. It is a relatively young country. Area-wise, it is about twice the size of California, but it's pretty populous. It's the 6th most populous country in the world. Huge GDP, about $211 billion, so it ranks somewhere in the middle of all the countries in the world. Pretty good growth rate, 4 to 7% over the last 10 years. So it has done well in spite of the global economy and everything. Pakistan has a solidly agriculture economy, 3rd largest exporter of rice, 4th largest producer of cotton. So it's right up there as far as, how it does as far as agriculture-based economy. Pakistan is blessed with 4 seasons. Landscapes include the 2nd highest peak in the world, the K2, one of the longest rivers in the world, River Indus, fertile plains, and one of the largest man-made network of canals for agriculture in the world. With a history that goes back almost 4,000 years, Pakistan is fortunate to have like the first ever university that was built 4,000 years ago in Harappa, in one of the provinces in Sindh. With all these things, yes, we have had our issues as well, as you guys can hear about them in the news day in and day out, unfortunately. But they are being addressed, and with the help of a lot of our friends, United States included. I also stand here representing APNA. As I was introduced, APNA is an association of physicians of Pakistani descent, both at the national level and at the local level. We are involved in charity work. We run a food pantry. We do healthcare days and disaster relief both locally and abroad. In the end, I would just request everybody in welcoming to all of you to celebrate our heritage, Pakistan Day and Eid. And let's all be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, God Almighty, for His blessings on us, on Pakistan, and on the United States. Thank you so much. Are you coming back? Okay.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Does it sound better? Okay. All right. Well, before anything, I do want to let you guys know, do go ahead and check out our stalls. Our vendors pitched in quite a lot and helped out. Without them, the streets would look emptier. So do give them a chance and check them out. Also, I would like to introduce Munima Nasir. She is a physician, and she's also an assistant professor for Hershey Medical Center. Along with that, she pitches in a lot. She's a vice principal at the Islamic Society of Greater Harrisburg Sunday School. So I want her to speak a few words on behalf of all the Pakistani American women living in America, their lifestyle, or whatever she would like to say, but I do want to give her a few minutes to say it. So please welcome her.
Assalamu alaikum all, Honorable Mayor, Ms. Linda Thompson, and dear friends. It gives me great pleasure to be here with all of you to celebrate the Pakistan Day. It is the first time in the history of Harrisburg that we have all gotten here together to celebrate this day. As we are well aware, this is the 67th Independence Day for Pakistan. The perception about Pakistan generally is that it is a primarily male-dominated country, and that women in Pakistan are mostly illiterate and highly oppressed. Whilst this perception is true to some extent, the fact is that this situation has changed quite rapidly over the years, and it is continuing to change even more rapidly with the passage of time. Pakistani women today, especially in the urban areas, enjoy equality in all conceivable spheres of life and are contributing increasingly in the progress and development of the country. Let me take you back for a minute into the history and remind you that Pakistani women had started making their mark and presence felt even before Pakistan ever came into existence. Let us start with Muhtarma Fatma Jinnah, the sister of the founder Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who emerged as a female leader. She fought shoulder to shoulder with her brother Quaid-e-Azam in the Pakistan movement, and was the primary organizer for the All India Women Student Federation. She founded the Women's Relief Committee, which formed the nucleus for All Pakistan Women's Association. For her tireless efforts and her crucial contribution, She is fondly known as Madre Millat, which means mother of the nation. And she is respected as such by all Pakistanis. Then comes Begum Rana Liaquat Ali Khan, another leading figure in the Pakistan movement. She was the first lady when her husband became the first Prime Minister of Pakistan. She launched her own political career and in 1973 was appointed as Governor of Sindh. So back as early as in 1973, we had our first female governor in Pakistan. In more recent history, Pakistan, being a third world nation, had a female prime minister not once in its history, but twice. The late Mohtarma Benazir Bhutto was the first female prime minister in 1988 and then again in 1993. There are several other prominent female politicians who are currently active in the Pakistan's political arena. Dr. Fahmida Mirza is or was the member and speaker of the National Assembly. Another prominent female politician that we are well aware of is Hina Rabbani Kar, who was the youngest foreign minister of Pakistan. Recently, Shari Rahman was the ambassador to the United States, another female. Women are not only active and prominent in the politics, but are active in other areas as well. We have renowned journalists and writers like Dr. Aisha Siddiqa, and also others like Razia Bhatt, Hasina Moeen, and Fatima Bhutto. Pakistan women had made their name in sports as well. Two prominent names that stand out are Karla Khan, a renowned squash player, and Ghalia Mohsin, who was a table tennis championship winner. Very recently, Pakistani women even made their mark in the armed forces. These are areas which were predominantly and exclusively male-dominated. However, this has changed. Recently, on July 13, 2013, the first batch of 24 paratroopers graduated to become part of the combat forces. Pakistan Air Force now has combat-ready female fighter pilots. Flight Lieutenant Aisha Farooq, at the age of only 26 years, was the first of 6 female fighter pilots in the Air Force to pass the final exams to qualify for battle. Currently, Pakistan has 4,000 females in its 1.4 million forces, and this number is increasing constantly. Another area where women have always played a significant and important role is as humanitarians and social workers. We are well aware of the tremendous efforts of Bilqis Eidi and the Eidi Foundation. Very recently, we all became aware of the efforts of the very young Malala Yousufzai. This is a girl who started fighting for the rights of girls and women at a tender age of 11 years only. In 2009, she wrote a blog for the BBC detailing her life under the Taliban and her views on promoting education for girls. Despite major threats to her life, she being shot in the head and nearly succumbing, she still continued her efforts to promote education for all children. In her recent speech at the United Nations, at an age of 16 years, she convinced the UN to recommit to Millennium Development Goal 2, which ensures ensuring primary education for all children around the world. For her tremendous efforts, she was the winner of Pakistan's first ever National Peace Prize in 2012. In April 2013, Time magazine featured her on the front cover as one of the 100 most influential females in the world. She was also nominated for the 2013 Nobel Peace Prize. So in conclusion, ladies and gentlemen and dear friends, Pakistani women have played an instrumental role in shaping the history and destiny of Pakistan. The role of women continues to change rapidly. Looking around us in our very own community here in Harrisburg, we have several highly educated females who are excelling not only as respected in their profession, such as physicians, but at the same time, these are females who are successful and dedicated mothers, wives, and daughters. These very same females are also involved and very active in our own community. A very recent example of this is the ISGH Sunday School, which was recently revamped by a group of mothers who now volunteer their time and efforts in teaching and running of the ISGH Sunday School. So a big round of applause for all the great and talented Pakistani women, both back at home and here in Harrisburg. God bless America and Pakistan. Thank you.
Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, thank you so much for coming down, everyone. It's lovely to see a wonderful crowd out here today. This is pretty good. This is the first year we've done something like this, and with your continued support, we can continue doing this in the coming years. So, watch out for us next year. Hopefully it's bigger, better, and just a lot more. Okay, so far everyone's been thanking my parents for this, and they've done a great job. But there's one person I want to mention. This was her idea, and she's done most of the planning. She's the one who's been stressing out a lot, while most of us have been relaxing for ever, except the last 3-4 days. And that person is my sister Mehvish. This was her idea. I want to make sure everyone knows that, and she started this out. So if we can have a hand for her, please, I'd really appreciate it. Someone has to take that first step, and she did. I personally wasn't gonna do it, because there's too much going on, I'm really busy, and I didn't want to do it. But she said, you know what, we're from Pakistan, no one knows where Pakistan is, what's Pakistan, so we have to do something this year. And she did. So thank you, Mehvish, so much. Thank you, Mom and Dad, but thank you, Mehvish. Thank you very much. Okay, and now I want to introduce someone to make a brief speech, he hopes. And this guy works in the finance sector. He's a very active Pakistani American. He's the vice president of a local bank. So please welcome Mr. Adnan Ahmed.
I'm 5'5". In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. These events specifically are not about speeches, as you all know. You're all waiting for the entertainment. I'll be very brief. Just want to thank Mehvish once, one more time. Whatever Dr. Zahid Khan mentioned about Pakistan, wheat, milk production, rice, cotton, etc. Pakistan falls in the top 10 countries in the world. Despite all the lack of resources, despite all the lack of finesse, in science and technology, Pakistan does produce, a lot of milk, a lot of wheat, a lot of rice, a lot of cotton, etc., etc., etc. However, my topic specifically pertains to the US-Pakistan relationships. And I'll just take a couple of minutes and then we'll start the entertainment, perhaps after one more speech. This relationship goes back to the inception of Pakistan, when Pakistan took freedom from Britain in 1947, August 14th. Today is August 17th, so it's roughly that, around that date. The cooperation started in 1950s. The regime was General Ayub Khan's, and here we had Eisenhower, and then JFK came, etc. So the relationship basically continued to strengthen over time. There were depths, but the biggest thing that I can think of, I didn't prepare any speech, I'm just speaking from my memory here. The biggest highlight that you can think of was 1970, 1971, when there was no connection between the US and China. And Pakistan played a pivotal role in making a connection with China of United States. Richard Nixon, was pivotal in that, and Henry Kissinger played a huge part. But all that diplomacy, backdoor diplomacy, happened through Pakistan. So, having said that, then obviously there was the Soviet war in Afghanistan. Pakistan played a huge role in that. The U-2s that flew over the Soviet Union, that wide space, they actually took off from the city of Peshawar. That, in fact, happens to be the city of Dr. Zahid Khan. So such was the friendship between the US and Pakistan. There were dips in the 90s and 80s, somewhat, but things picked off. And U.S. has spent billions of dollars on education, infrastructure, et cetera. Right now, the U.S. is working very actively on education, and before that, energy sector in Pakistan. In fact, in the last 6 to 12 months alone, 1,200 megawatts of energy has been added to the grid just by improving the system. That's what U.S. has done in Pakistan. And on a side note, our current President Barack Obama did spend considerable amount of time when he was a college student in Pakistan. Before that, Bill Clinton and his wife visited Lahore long before they joined public service. Spent time there. Jackie Kennedy was there. JFK was there. So Pakistan is a country, rich country. And he mentioned the first university 4,000 years ago. That was Indus Valley civilization. Pakistan directly inherited that civilization. It's right along the bank of River Indus, and Pakistan took all that, all that heritage. Last note of my 2 minutes is whatever is happening in the name of religion in that country, we as American Pakistanis condemn that. Religion has nothing to do with that. Those who use religion as a means to terrorism or other evil ends do not do any justice to the name of Islam, or to the name of Pakistan, the country, or to the rest of the 99% of the Muslims who are peaceful, hardworking, intelligent, educated people. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Okay guys, just a few more speeches and then we'll get to the good stuff. So now I'd like to introduce someone very well known in our community. He's very active, always helping us out, helping the whole community out, doing a lot for ISGH and for the whole community in general. And I'm sure everyone knows him. He's the current Vice President of ISGH, Brother Fayaz.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I did not prepare any speech, so inshallah I will be brief. First of all, I want to thank Mehwish and Brother Masood and the whole family for organizing this event. We need events like these to develop and promote tolerance in this community. So thank you very much. I also want to thank the mayor for her support and the Harrisburg City. Alhamdulillah, ISGH was established in 1975, and for past 38 years, ISGH has been serving the Muslim community in this area. For our non-Muslim friends, I just want to utilize this opportunity and I want to invite you to please visit us. You're welcome anytime. If you have any question about Islam, if you have any interest, please don't rely on the media. Please come and spend time with local Muslims. We will provide you the literature. We will provide you the answer to your questions. So please don't hesitate. Come to us and spend time with us. That is it. Thank you again and enjoy your evening. Assalamu alaikum.
Alrighty. As you all know, Linda Thompson is here, and I would love for her to say a few words. My dad did mention earlier, she's been with us all through our business success, as you want to say it, but when we opened the restaurant, she was here for the inauguration, and I do want to thank her for all the time that she gives us and she gives the community. She didn't have to come to this program, but she is promoting our community as well as culture, and I think we all deserve to thank her for that. So without further ado, I would like to invite her on stage and give her some flowers, have her say a few words. Thank you for coming. Thank you, and I will leave these back here.
reminds me of my dad, who was a jazz musician, and sometimes when I would go out at these events, he would be with the group playing, and he would do a drum roll. So thank you very much. To God be the glory. I am so honored to be here with you this evening. Assalamu alaikum. It is certainly a pleasure to be here with you this evening as you celebrate Pak-Day 2013. Yay! Yes, and to all the great women, all around the world. I am pleased, and to the great men. But since I am a woman, and I am the first woman to be the mayor of this city, and I am the first African American, I want to edify women. We are nothing without God. I am pleased to join you in the celebration of Pakistan culture here in the city of Harrisburg. I am so honored that as I transition out of this position into the next high calling that God has on my life, I will not forget you. I thank you for your love, your respect, and your support. And certainly, I have a lot of firsts as I exit out of this office. And I am honored to be the first mayor to welcome you into this city and to embrace your first Pak-Day in Harrisburg. I will continue to be an advocate for you, your culture, especially when you are treating and loving your children as the gifts they are to you. One of the most unique characteristics about Harrisburg is our diversity. Some people would think that the capital city of Pennsylvania, tucked in a scenic valley in central Pennsylvania, would have a very homogeneous population. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The fact is that we have a community that reflects the many races, religions, philosophies, and cultures of the world. Africa, Haiti, India, Pakistan, Vietnam, Niger, China, Russia, France, England, South America, North, East, South, and Western states of America. More importantly, we have a community where we consistently demonstrate that those characteristics, those differences are acknowledged, embraced, celebrated, and respected, and especially by the mayor of this city. Today's celebration is a prime example of that because there are participants from all segments of the community. We're so honored to have you in our city. This is a time for us to learn more about the Pakistani culture, develop important new relationships, and renew and nurture the old relationships. As I was preparing to join you today, I took a look and a little bit of time and Googled and researched the history of Pakistanians. So I was enlightened to hear that some of the things that I learned and read were articulated here today. That you are educated people, you are caring people, you are loving people, and you are smart people. And your history is rich in culture and traditions. You are a valuable people. And you are certainly a value to the city of Harrisburg. It was interesting to learn that Pakistani's Independence Day is observed annually on August 14th. And here we are in the month of August celebrating your first cultural event in the city of Harrisburg. How the country was created was fascinating. The colors of the flag and the customs associated with celebrations. As a matter of fact, I suggested that when you get home, those who have not understood or took the time to study the history of Pakistan, its evolution, and its continued growth, that you would take that time to do it. Google Pakistan so that you can learn some of the things for yourself. And I'm so glad that one of your speakers talked about the impact of how the media can shape a population and shape an individual and persuade you to think some of the worst things. But it is up to each and every one of you to continue to promote and elevate your rich culture, your history, your beliefs in a way that doesn't demonstrate violence. That is the only way you're going to educate people. It is important for all of us to take the time to learn about each other in order to build a community of cohesiveness and cooperation. That is exactly what celebrations like these are all about. Introducing yourself, your culture, your history to others who have yet to know what the real substance of you are all about. When we know more about each other, we are able to live, work, and play together in harmony. And God created man, and he didn't make a mistake when he created us to be unique. Uniqueness of each other brings all of us to the table to serve one another. And when we serve one another and we study one another and we embrace one another, not tolerate, I cringe when people say we should tolerate each other. We should celebrate one another. And so for that, when we celebrate one another, when we study one another, when we embrace one another, when we respect one another and we love one another, it makes us a stronger unit. So when we choose to differ and use violence toward one another, it reminds me of the infamous, profound statement that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. stated when he was alive. The wisdom that he exuded in this statement still resonates today. And Dr. King said, mankind must put an end to war, or war will put an end to mankind. He said we are either going to live in nonviolence or non-existence. And I don't know about you, but it starts today. For those who haven't started it, it starts today by making sure that women are treated with equity. It starts today by understanding that God gave you that woman to love, to respect, and to honor, and to bear your children. It starts today by making sure that every child gets a quality education, not just the little boys, but the little girls as well. Because as you heard today, one of your doctors articulated the profound success of women in your culture, in your history. And when you begin to breed your children in that same manner, they will grow up and they will be scientists. They will grow up and create successes where they have a cure for cancer, for diabetes. They will be scientists and doctors and elected officials, mayors, and congressmen and women. That's why you should make sure that every one of your children gets a quality education. And little boys should be taught how to love mommy and respect mommy and know that she is the greatest asset in that family, along with dad. And so we thank you for wanting to come to America and enjoy the rich benefits of this great country called America. It is the greatest country on this earth. And I am so glad that you found it not robbery, but you found it an honor to come and reside in Harrisburg and to do business in Harrisburg, because you too are important to the gross domestic product of America and also the local economy of Harrisburg. You buy houses, you start businesses, you create jobs, and for that you will always be a friend to me. You bring peace, which is most important, and you bring love. And I thank you for being my friend. I thank you for respecting me and my leadership as the mayor. And I thank you for loving me as your sister. And so as we begin to wind down and enjoy this great culture, this great festival tonight, I thank you, and I won't be a stranger to you. So please continue to enjoy the evening, have fun, sample the delicious food, and celebrate the diversity that is ours in this great capital of Pennsylvania called Harrisburg. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for having me. God bless America, God bless this great Pennsylvania, and God bless this great city, and God bless all of you.
ज़मीं और आसमां इनके सिवा जाना कहाँ बढ़ती रहे ये रोशनी चलता रहे ये कारवां दिल दिल पाकिस्तान जा जा पाकिस्तान दिल दिल पाकिस्तान जा जा पाकिस्तान You can dance. दिल दिल से मिलते हैं तो प्यार का चेहरा बनता है सेहरा बनता है फूल एक लड़ी में पिरोए तो फिर सेहरा बनता है चेहरा बनता